Well-known fashion designer Cynthia Rowley has revealed that when it comes time to retire, none of her two daughters will be able to replace her own brand, because she thinks they're too lazy. It will not take on its role in its ethical and award-winning brand. My daughter, Kid, Keenan, is in the fashion world, but she's not a designer. And my other daughter, Gigi, is still in high school. Fashion designer Cynthia Rowley has announced she won't take over her brand when her two daughters retire because they don't want to work as hard as I do. The 64-year-old designer has two daughters, 23-year-old influencer Kid Keenan and 18-year-old high school student Gigi Powers. Cynthia founded her own namesake brand in 1988 and reportedly raised a fortune of $100 million from the popular brand. Cynthia founded her own fashion brand in 1988 and has since become a staple of New York Fashion Week, where she showcases her designs every season. When he made his first dress at the age of 7, an Illinois native began to develop his signature beautiful and sporty inventions designs. After finding her profession at such a sensitive age, she graduated from the internationally renowned Designer School of the Art Institute of Chicago and moved to New York City in 1988 after graduating. Moving Manhattan, Cynthia sets out to make fashion dreams a reality, using $3,000 grandmother gave launch first capsule collection the year she arrived at Big Apple. But his brand didn't immediately rise as he had hoped. Designer told Cut in 2019 that he would regularly hold catwalk shows on rooftop in hopes of attracting fashion community. I do a catwalk show on my attic and I would invite everyone, and of course they wouldn't come, but I'd still invite everyone, he recalled. At one point, he even explained that he went to famous artist Andy Warhol in a cafe and gave him an invitation in the hopes of getting him to attend one of his shows. Now, 30 years later, the brand has achieved worldwide recognition and Cynthia has made its business of soft furniture, beauty products, jewelry, handbags. He successfully expanded the glasses to active clothes and odors. But Cynthia says she won't hand over the reins of her job to Kid or Gigi, as they aren't interested in taking charge. While Gigi was still in high school, her sister Kid made a name for herself as an influencer and socialite. The 23-year-old, who regularly attends flashy and glamorous events in New York City, attended the private Grace Church School for $59,000 a year. Its beautifully designed products are sold in high-end stores such Neiman Marcus and Bergdorf Goodman, as well in international online stores. However, Cynthia suffered from a devastating heart attack when her first husband, Tom Sullivan, of brain cancer at the age of 32. However, he found happiness once again when his eldest daughter's sculptor father, William Keenan, gave birth to his daughter Kit in 1999. After her divorce from Keenan, she met and married art merchant William "Bill" Powers, the father of Cynthia's youngest daughter Gigi. In 2005, the couple's wedding was hosted by New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. And Jet Holidays, TikTok and Instagram star, found themselves labeled Nepo Baby a few years ago, after becoming youngest contestant on reality TV show Bachelor at age of 21. The budding cook, who regularly shares recipes and prepared meals on her Instagram account, which she refers to as Young Martha Stewart, stuck Blair Waldorf's plot, grew up in a $14 million townhouse New York's West Village area and attended Grace Church School, which earned $59,000 that year. Since graduating from elite private school, the Generation Z influencer, who continues to study fashion and business at New York University, has become a regular fixture of the New York social scene and regularly uploads pictures showing himself living in this social environment. The Big Apple, Kit's father, Cynthia's second husband, is sculptor William Keenan, whom the designer separated a few years after the birth of his daughter. While Kit isn't interested in taking over her mother's company, the two offer a podcast called Ageless, where they explore fashion, business, wellness and motherhood together. After her divorce from Kit's father, Cynthia met and married art merchant William "Bill" Powers, the father of her youngest daughter Gigi. In 2005, when I was in The Bachelor, someone described me as a socialite. I think that's funny. I don't even know what society is. But I certainly know I'm not one of them. The early developed influencer is also busy with his own cooking program called What's Kit Cooking, which he shows his 184,000 followers on TikTok how to make quick meal preparations. He told E! I started to share my life on Instagram in high school. News. Then I started sharing the recipes. I was so scared because I didn't know how my audience would react. But I realized that I had gained a different community. Then I was in college. Hit COVID and got a DM from one of the cast members for Bachelor. I decided to take a risk because I thought it was probably the only time I could take a break from my life and do something like that. It was a completely different audience. I've been doing this for so long that I naturally said after college, okay, this is going to be my full-time job. If anything happens, always say, run, Cynthia, with Tupperware President and CEO Rick Goings. In New York City in 2005, all my life. People have asked me if I want to pursue a similar career path with my mother, she added. There have been times in my life that I felt compelled to do so. I love fashion. I studied fashion and business in college. Insistent suggestions that Kit could follow mother on fashion path have haunted for some time, and in first year at college, she really seemed to follow in mother's footsteps. Launching the impressive, self-titled clothing brand Kit. 18 years old, I had a few $1,000s and some good advice. However, the business ceased operations in 2021, and Kit has since focused its energies entirely on its online career. Kit once told Vanity Fair that it was great to have his artist father William go his own way.